Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shill satellite starters, peasants, vassals, Sunnis, Shias. I'm a useful idiot. Today, I want to talk more about Lebanon. I've done numerous videos about Lebanon and whether they're going to survive the war in Syria, and of course all the complicated interconnections in that region to Lebanon, and the fact that the violence is now escalating, much as predicted. And I'm not going to go over a lot of the ground that's available in my other videos on Lebanon, but I will attach a couple of them below for more background. But what we have now is continued attacks, and so this is getting more serious. The fact that it's continuing to escalate is something to keep our eyes on, because Lebanon is pretty close to the tipping point. So the latest events are the fact that we have 18 rocket and mortar rounds were fired into Lebanon from Syria in the Baalbek region. And theoretically, this is retaliation for Hezbollah's now open support of the Assad regime. So we're going to see more of this. And we have been seeing more of this. Over the last week, there's been dozens of attacks from Syria in the northeastern region of Hermel. So now we have more attacks in this other region, Baalbek region. In fact, those 18 rocket and mortar round attacks were on Saturday, and now on Sunday we have more Syrian rebels versus Hezbollah, 14 people wounded in more rocket attacks. And supposedly 17 Al-Qaeda fighters were killed, according to local newspapers in Lebanon. And then this all ties in, of course, with the battle going on between the Syrian government forces of Assad, now aligned with Hezbollah from Lebanon. And they are both involved in retaking the town of Qusar. And that's about 10 miles in the border, from the border of Lebanon, inside Syria. And it's been the site of an intense battle there. And but there's, like I said earlier, I have a video about that, and that's below, because that event's already been happening. But this has gotten extreme enough that the general elections have been postponed that were supposed to happen this June, and they've been postponed for 17 months. So that's a big deal. That means that things are unraveling quick in Lebanon. And as I've said numerous times, it's something worth keeping our eye on now as this war spreads regionally with all these border conflicts coming on. And sooner or later, it's a very strong possibility we're going to see Lebanon engulfed in this similar violence. And there's also rocket and grenade battles going on in the Sunni-majority city of Tripoli in northern Lebanon. So we have Lebanese who support the Assad regime, Hezbollah, fighting with Lebanese who do not support the Assad regime. So we find the same Shia-Sunni battle playing out in Lebanon. And also we've had gunmen fire on a Shiite shrine in Baalbek. So this area of Baalbek is quite the focal point for the violence this week. But so here we go. Very, very interesting to me. Once again, before I characterized it as the Free Syrian Army getting in conflicts with Hezbollah, but now it looks like we can safely say that we have Hezbollah fighting Al-Qaeda. And what a strange turn of events that is. And I mentioned that in another video, but this just drives it home. So anyway, just a heads up on this. We have a postponed election. We have Lebanon, various regions of Lebanon descending into these same sectarian battles. We have Hezbollah openly supporting the Assad regime, and then the conflict of the Lebanese who support Syria and the Lebanese who don't, both fighting their own turf battles in Lebanon. And then we also have this odd disclaimer, because on the one hand we have clerics who are calling and inciting for more violence against the Assad regime and for Shias Sunnis to rise up and choose sides. But another interesting aspect of this is Hezbollah, for example, is suggesting that they're going to bring this war to Syria and support the Assad regime, but they want to keep Lebanon out of that. And I say good luck with that. I think Hezbollah is miscalculated on this point. If they think they're going to get more heavily involved in Syria, and that somehow Lebanon is going to be insulated from them choosing sides. So if Lebanon